Hey everybody, I'm Cahlen, and today I want to talk to you about the importance of having a morning routine. And I'm also going to tell you what my morning routine is and give it as an example. The reason I would say it's good to have a morning routine is that it gets you, it's like putting a consistent thing in your life which you know is going to put you in a good state of mind and a good state of feeling in your body first thing in the day, so that that will basically carry over. That will be like a frequency, a tone, a feeling which is going to carry out and affect the rest of your day. So I find it makes me way more capable of handling everything that comes to me. So an important aspect of this is it is something which is going to be beneficial to your body and mind, and also something that you look forward to doing. So this can be a lot of different things, and it's going to be specific to your situation. What kind of limitations you're working in. Do you have family? Do you have electricity? And all kinds of things like that. But for me, what I do is basically a body awareness meditation, where I am being exposed to all kinds of light frequencies, and I'm also in a warm place. So basically what I'll do, I'll tell you about kind of how I discovered my morning routine. One time was like in Palm Desert, which is a place I think in California or Arizona or something like that. I can't even remember. But it's basically a desert, very flat, and it gets very warm very quickly. And when the perfect light source, and the reason that you want light is because your body actually absorbs light as energy, and there's also all kinds of signaling pathways in the eyes and all different parts of the brains and body, which getting that information that it is now daytime is very, very helpful for a lot of reasons. So, and the body also stores energy. You're like a battery. It takes light and turns it into structured water, which, if you understand what that is, it's essentially a battery. It's a place where water has is next to each other, two different types of water, and they have different charges, and therefore you have a battery, and that is charged by infrared light. So basically a place where you're going to be warm, where you're going to be exposed to light, and in the desert, what I would do is because there's no, like, the horizon is as low as it could horizon could be as low as it possibly could be. So the second the sun came up, it was warm because of where I was in the world, even though it was probably winter or something like that. And it's also in a place where I can kind of look at it because it's low on the horizon and get kind of the energy into my eyes as well, kind of sun gazing without damaging my eyes. Once it gets higher up into the sky, there's less protection for your eyes and that type of stuff. So I have found when I first did this, what I did is I use cannabis. So I will take a couple of puffs of cannabis, like a vaporizer, and there are supplements that I'll take. So there's certain supplements that I take. And then I get naked and I get in front of the sun. So this is what I did, and it was the first time that I ever had the sun in that position and was using specific supplements. And at the end of an hour or two of standing in the light and doing this body awareness meditation, I just felt like I felt so good and so capable and so full of energy without feeling, jittery or like uncomfortable. It was just like this, oh my gosh, I didn't even know it was possible to feel so good. And I felt like all the things that I'd wanted to do in my life, which I felt like I told myself I wouldn't be able to do, I now knew that I could do them because I had been given the energy and the mental functioning and the biological functioning to pull it off. And so my morning routine is based on that experience. And if it is warm enough where I am, then I will prefer to use the sun. And so also having music for me is a really important thing because it helps my body get into a good feeling state. And also I kind of will like move rhythmically to it, and it allows my body to kind of unlock various problem places. So, but if you're not in a place or it's, where it's warm right now, and that's a lot of places right now where it's winter, including where I am, then I will use artificial light and artificial warmth. So I'll show you what that looks like currently, though in different points of my life it has looked different. So here is the setup currently. You see I have an eye chart up there because I'm practicing trying to reduce my need for glasses. Up top there is a 250 watt halogen light bulb with the UV filter removed. So normally they'll come with a glass thing over the top, which is meant to filter UV because people believe UV is bad for you, which is not really the case. But it, UV will fade colors of furnitures and walls and stuff like that, so maybe you still want that. But if you're using it for this purpose, you want that UV. So it's giving you the full spectrum. Because it's not an LED, it's giving you the full spectrum of light. And then I go even farther down. We got some red light here. This is the Juve Mini or something like that. And it's got 2 frequencies, so these are within the visual range you can see because they're red. But this one right here is shining just as bright, but it is outside of the visual range. So these all have biological effects, including charging you like a battery. And then below that I have my heater. So this is a little electric heater which is blowing on me, and it's hitting my body and coming upwards. And so staying warm is a really key element to this. In the past I've used like a fireplace and things like that. So basically you want warmth, and then in the minimum you need a halogen light or a very strong light which is full spectrum, not LED, or not fluorescent. And if you can afford it, this thing is fairly expensive, and at one point I used to make a lot of money, but no longer the case. But I have carried this thing over with me, and hopefully I never have to give it up. So these are really useful to have. So just a quick summary of what my morning routine is again. I wake up and I immediately go someplace warm where I am bathed in light on my skin and in my eyes. And I take a couple of supplements, and some supplements which I found to be really useful are the Siltep supplement, which is an open source supplement, but you can buy a brand name of it. Adrafinil, or if you can get armodafinil, like that would be the perfect. It is a prescription. If you get armodafinil, adrafinil, you can get over the counter. This is my research show. It is a pharmaceutical, but it is a safe pharmaceutical as far as I understand, especially if you're not using it in very high doses. It's actually very beneficial to the body, and people have found that it increases your functioning greatly, but people have found that when they use it long term, eventually they don't need it anymore. It trains the body and the mind to do that already, and so you won't need the supplement after a certain period of time. And then a racetam, like aniracetam or phenylpiracetam, I would actually use both of those, that combination, those 4 things together, really good. And if you want to do something like bulletproof coffee or something, or a similar thing made out of green tea, or like chocolate, like hot chocolate with a little bit of coconut oil or butter, grass-fed, with some MCT oils blended in, and adding that and doing that, and then having a little puff of cannabis. And I find sativa is the best because it's kind of uplifting and stimulating, and also kind of enhances how I think and then my sensations of my body, and allows me to intuitively feel energies in my body. I can feel energy between my hands, I can feel energy flowing in my body, I can sense places in my body where things are not so good. So I'll do that for generally at least an hour every morning, and it makes a huge difference, and I enjoy it so much that I wake up every day excited. Right, so just that fact by itself, I wake up every day and I'm excited about what I get to do, and then I'm excited about how it's going to influence the rest of my day. And the rest of my day is going to be great because I had this to start it. So there's all kinds of things that you can do. Again, I think what I have is a really good combination of things, which is going to help you on many different levels. So I'd say it's a good place to start, or something like it. But of course, it may be for you going out for a walk as soon as the sun rises, right? And that's going to have all kinds of that's going to have certain benefits that mine doesn't have, but it will also miss some benefits of like the full exposure to the skin. Unless you're going out for a walk naked in the sun. Now that, that's pristine. That's good stuff right there. But I don't know if you're living in a place where you can go walk out naked in the sun, walk out your front door and wander around naked. Probably not most people have that as an option. So anyways, that's my rundown of why you may want a morning routine. Totally changed my life completely and totally, and I will always do something like this. It will change depending on my situation, but always something like this. And I think that if you find something for yourself, you'll find that it has a very big impact as well. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll share it with someone that you care about. It helps them, it helps me, and it'll help you feel like a healthy type of person. If you're feeling extra generous, you can head on over to cahlen.org/gift, and there you can basically learn of ways to help me feed myself, shelter myself, and to upgrade and repair my gear. All donations give you the option of having a 1-hour life coaching call with me. So, thanks again for watching.